It's the 45th Scenes from Plays hosted by the Actors Craft India. I'll tell you a little about Actors Craft India, some of you might already be aware of. Actors Craft India is an acting company founded by Mr. Raghav Agarwal and Ms. Dilshad Patel, where actors are trained primarily in the Meisner technique, in script analysis and scene study. And every 2 months our students apply their training and present their short plays and performances, which we call it as Scenes from Plays. They get 3 to 4 weeks to plan all of this, organize all of this and present it in front of you. Some of them are actually stepping up over here for the very first time in their lives, so I would request you to applaud for them and give them motivation. And some of them have been with us for a couple of years or more than a couple of years now. And the idea behind this platform is to give actors an opportunity of practicing regularly whatever they have learned, and to get them out of their shells of idleness. That's why you guys are here. And self-doubt and all of this, and to be in the mind space of always being doing and being creative. And through this journey, they have always been mentored by our team. And before we begin, I have a few requests. I would request you all to please keep your mobile phones in silent or on airplane mode. I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that. And before we begin, you can take photographs, you can take videos, but please forbid yourself from taking flash photography, and make sure your viewers, your neighbors, are not affected by that. And the third request is, please refrain yourself from entry and exiting while a performance is going on. And the fourth request is, have fun. And we have 4 plays, not the 4 plays you're looking for. We have 4 plays. We have an interval of 20 minutes in between. And before we begin with the first performance, are you friends with your neighbors? Is anyone friends with your neighbors? Kyun?
Yes.
I mean, you don't have friends. तुम्हें सुकून नहीं चाहिए life में.
Staying around for too long.
Staying along for too long.
Yeah, staying around.
Fine. I mean, you have dating apps. Anyway, for that, let's call upon the first act. The first performance. And the first performance is Truth or Drink, an adaptation of a play by Jean-Pierre Martinez, performed by Palak, Raj, Siddhant, and our co-founder, Ms. Dilshad. So please give a round of applause.
Hello? No, this isn't Vicky, it's Kat. His wife. Can I take a message for you? This is my number. Can I get a message for you? Okay. Yeah, sure. No problem. Thanks. Hello? Oh, hi, Vicky. No. Nothing, I'm fine. No, well, I quit smoking since this morning. Nah, don't worry, I'm not pregnant. Yeah. Well, I was smoking 2 packs a day, right? And given the cost of cigarettes in a year, I would have saved enough for a trip to Bali. Well, just for the 2 packs that I saved today, I got a large jar of chocolate ice cream. Yeah. Well, I did not know it was going to be this hard. But what can I say? Even the beach, that's a no smoking zone. Vicky's fine until something better comes along. Huh? No, I mean his job. Listen, my roast pork is drying in the oven. Speak to you soon. Ta-ta.
Hi, I'm getting fired.
Fired? Why?
Yeah, they are restructuring.
What? I'm so sorry.
You aren't going to leave me, are you?
What are you talking about? Listen, I still have a job. And I even quit smoking. Well, with the savings we'll make, you'll be able to work part-time. Well, almost. But if we have to tighten our belts, we will tighten our belts. I'll quit ice cream.
No, I don't want to be a burden. I'd rather end it all right now.
What are you talking about? Vicky, we're married. For better or for worse, and we'll just save better for the later. But really, they're planning to restructure just like that without any notice?
Yeah, nothing is safe from privatization.
Yes, but still, restructuring the State Bank of India.
Yeah, it's going to be taken over by the Adani Group. They are going to name it the Adani Bank of Bharat.
Really?
Yeah. They are going to employ robots and fire the rest of us.
I can't believe this. Robots, I would not.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Did you actually believe this nonsense?
You shouldn't be joking about that.
Yeah, you're right. Well, it's not the right time to lose my job. Speaking of which, I have good news to share. Blue Publications have agreed to publish my play.
New publications. Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, at the author's expense. So I have to sell at least 10,000 copies. 10,000 copies, that's doable, right?
Sure, if you include all 10 of your cousins and they buy 1,000 copies each.
Don't tell me you have invited your parents.
Oh, the new neighbors. Well, I bumped into the woman while I was taking out the garbage, and I thought it's a great opportunity to invite them over.
For what?
Just to get to know them.
To get to know them for what?
It's always a good idea to get to know your neighbors. You never know when you might need favors.
Favors? What kind of favors?
I don't know, take out the garbage or whatever, water the plants.
Your cat ate the only plant we had last Sunday when we were having lunch with your parents. They have children, don't they?
3, I think.
Don't tell me you have invited them too.
Well, they'd rather stay at home. They're just next door anyway.
You weren't talking about the neighbors on the first floor?
The neighbors on the first floor, they killed themselves 6 months ago. Don't you remember? Those fire brigades in the middle of the night.
Huh?
Those flashing lights, sirens.
No?
Well, it woke me up. I've had nightmares since. They turned on the gas. They almost blew up the whole building.
Some people are so selfish. Why did they kill themselves? Like
Go
that?
ask them. Only if we would have asked them over.
Don't tell me you're inviting the neighbors so that you don't feel guilty if they decide to kill themselves later. Huh?
Oh, by the way, I've been getting calls for you on my mobile all day.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot to tell you. I lost my phone, but luckily I have you on my call forwarding. So you understand, right?
Yeah, so when you're getting a new phone?
Well, one can live just perfectly fine without a mobile phone, don't you think?
Yeah, sure. When you have a wife on receptionist duty.
Yeah.
Your bills.
Oh yeah, right, sorry. Penguin Random House, Westland Publication, Lead Star India. Unfortunately, I'm kidding, it's electricity bill, water bill. What are they doing, these neighbors of ours? They can't say they were held up by traffic. They live on the first floor.
Next door.
Yeah, even better. They don't even have to use the lift.
Well, listen, it's not that late. It's not too bad.
Listen, I'm getting really hungry. Especially when something smells so good. What did you cook?
I made roast pork with dates. I found the recipe on Instagram.
Oh yeah? Is this the right time to try out new recipes? I don't even know their names.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she is Maria and he is Denzel.
Okay, I see your best friends already. What are their surnames?
I think Shah, no wait, Shaw.
Shah or Shaw? Which is it?
It doesn't matter, we'll get to know them soon enough. They're just coming anyway.
Well, hello, if it is Shah, Nasiruddin Shah or George Bernard Shaw, it matters. If it is Nasiruddin Shah or Amit Shah, that also matters. If it is Nasiruddin Shah, your roast pork isn't going to have much success.
I haven't thought of that.
Yeah, that is what happens when you invite people you don't know.
I mean, Maria and Denzel.
Not all Muslims are called Hamza or Javed.
You think they're Muslims?
I think you should Zomato a pizza, preferably a vegetarian one.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
I think you should open the door. That's what one usually does when one has invited guests and they are at the door. Or we turn off all the lights and pretend we're sleeping. Yeah?
I'll get it. Hello! Come on in. Good morning. Good. You should have it, but you shouldn't have.
And the daily soap begins. Hi, hello, how do you do? Good evening, hi.
Well, look at these daisies. They're so beautiful, no? And they lilies. Look at these lilies. They're so beautiful, no? Well, that's my husband, Vicky. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
And you are?
Denzel.
Denzel. Just very well.
You should put it in the fridge. Oh, peach beer. Thank you so much. Just add some fruits, tastes just like sangria. So why go for the real thing?
Did you find it easy? Oh. I'm joking. Well, I know you guys live next door. Like, did you have any trouble in finding a babysitter for your children?
Oh, the eldest take care of the youngest ones. If you don't mind, we're just going to pop by later to check on them. Am I right in thinking you don't have any kids?
Not yet. I'm sorry, but your surname, is it like Shah or Shaw?
Shaw.
We were afraid that you might be Muslims. No, I mean, see, I just made roast pork for dinner. But don't worry, we'll order in something.
No. Roast pork will be just fine.
What's your surname? Martin. Un, dos, tres. Pasa, pasito, Maria. Maria. Ricky Martin.
Well, I see you have a great sense of humor. But anyway, Christian or Muslims, what difference does it make?
Yeah, it could have been worse. You could have been a dentist or in IT. Imagine.
Drinks! Anyone?
The problem today is that dentists spend more and more time filling in paperwork than filling teeth. It's like I always say, they taught me how to use a drill, not a mouse. I'm lucky that my wife here can help me. IT is her job. But for me, I mean really, today, private medical professionals are crushed by corporate taxes. Speaking of which, sit. Stop me if you've heard this one, huh? A dentist is on a cruise in the Indian Ocean with his wife. They get shipwrecked, the ship sinks. I'm not done. They drift for a week before washing up ashore a deserted island. Naturally, the wife is very worried. I'm not done. She says to her husband, "They will never find us." I'm still not done. The husband says, "Baby, did you file your taxes before we left?" The wife, "No." The husband says, "Then don't worry, they will find us." No, I'm done. Cigarette? No, I don't smoke, thanks.
Well, I quit this morning.
Okay, I won't subject you to passive smoking then. You know how they say cigarettes are bad for your health, but mobiles aren't much better for your health, are they? I read an article today in the Indian Express. Apparently, after 15 minutes a day, you are guaranteed a brain tumor. You better not use all your minutes. I smoke, but I don't have a phone.
Yeah, my husband either. He'd rather I get the tumor for him.
Do you know the most annoying part of my job? Washing my hands all the time. In between patients. Look at my hands. Look at my hands. They're desiccated. Now I can wear a glove, of course. But it's very fine work. Dentistry. Have you ever tried to thread a needle with a boxing glove? No, actually, I sew very little. I prefer knitting.
Darling, you're boring them with your stories.
Not at all.
So, Kat, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a teacher, I believe.
Yes, I teach music, but I'm not sure it's any interesting.
Ah, music. You know, I studied music for 10 years. My parents thought it was something like learning a foreign language. But when I turned 18, I said, that's it, that's enough, I've had it. I quit and I took up ballroom dancing classes.
That's how we met. Oh.
Really?
Yeah. Believe it or not, I used to be a very good dancer. Babe, come on. Come on, babe. Come on. Not too shabby, if I say so myself. Apparently, 40% of men meet their future wives by asking them out for a dance. Is that how you met your beautiful wife? Not at all. I groped her savagely in a dark alley by offering her an umbrella on a stormy day. Apparently, that's a very unusual way of approaching someone's future spouse.
Of course he's joking.
Good one. She hates it when I tell that story.
Oh, would you like to have another drink? Oh,
Okay, a finger.
good girl.
Before or after the drink?
We just enrolled our youngest in the KG school nearby. Do you know if it's any good?
I don't know, I don't have children.
Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry.
Well, it's not really your fault, is it?
And what about you, Vicky? What do you do for a living?
Me? Nothing.
Unemployed.
No. I'm more of an inactive employee. It's very difficult to get to the point where you look like you're working when you have nothing to do. You have to be a very good actor.
And what do you do when you're not working? I mean, when you're not in your office?
Well, I'm an actor. Part-time anyway.
An actor.
Yeah.
You know, I thought he looked familiar.
Oh,
Have I seen you in anything?
have you seen CID? Yeah. Sometimes. I mean, it's on when I take my nap. Have you seen the ad for TB awareness? That comes on just before hearing aids and just after LIC insurance? Maybe. I'm playing the man under the white sheet. Really? Are you expecting any more guests?
No, we're not expecting anyone else.
Excuse me? Already? Okay, I'll be right back. Is the society collecting funds for Independence Day? Wow, they're really early this year. Do you happen to have any cash? I don't have any change. I'll pay you back later. I had $300, but I bought the beer. Oh, right. Guts.
I will just go in and check on my roast pork. I don't know, I can smell gas.
I'll just go check on the kids before we sit down for dinner.
Of course.
Please, don't get up. I know the way.
Excuse me. Can I wash my hands somewhere? The nuts are a little greasy.
Sure, restroom, that door, on the left. Why did you tell them that you played a dead body in a TV ad?
I was just trying to set the mood, okay? This party isn't exactly getting started. And I'm warning you, I won't last until this. We have to do something to get rid of them.
Listen, I know they're not very interesting, but we can't do anything about it. It's too late to cancel now. We won't invite them again, that's all.
Don't you realize? they would want to return the invitation again. It won't be that easy to end this relationship. You've started a chain of events. Can't you see that?
Oh, it's so nice of you to have us over. You know, I don't really know anyone in the area. I used to live here a long time ago when I was in school. But really, it's nice to know the neighbors. You never know when you might need a favor or something.
That's what she said. Speaking of which, I have something I wanted to ask you. Do you mind opening this? I don't think I have the strength. Yeah. I don't want to dampen the evening, but I have cancer. Yeah. I just found out that I have a tumor. I must have used all my minutes. My minutes. The radiations, mobile phone minutes.
Oh, your brain.
No, worse. My testicles. Headphones, they keep the radiation away from your head, but they take the problem elsewhere. You know?
I'm so sorry, I am.
No, it's okay. Anyway, cheers. We shouldn't let this wine spoil.
But aren't there treatments nowadays?
There are treatments. Actually, my surgeon is considering a transplant. That is the reason why I wanted my wife to invite you over. You and your husband. So the thing is, I need a donor.
Donor.
Have some peanuts. So you can work perfectly well with a single testicle. You know, you don't like a week later after the operation. The operation is quite simple. A week later, you don't even think about it anymore. You can't even see the scar.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to my husband about that.
Oh, yeah,
you
sure.
know. I'm just gonna go check on Denzel and see how he's doing with the kids. You know, man. Yeah.
Well, I see you are getting friendly after all.
Oh, please. It's a nightmare. We have to do something to get rid of them.
What do you want to do? We can't throw them out. We invited them.
Huh? We?
Okay, I made a mistake. But now we can't do anything. We have to see this through. Besides, this doesn't look as nice as it did on Instagram.
What doesn't?
My roast pork.
Women on Instagram also don't look nice when they come in person. I don't see how it should be any different from your roast pork.
Please try and be nice.
So they feel welcome and stay even longer.
They could be our neighbors for next 20 years. And you do not want to argue with them soon after their arrival.
But the best way to avoid arguing with your neighbors is to never speak to them. Maria is putting the youngest to bed. The other two are watching TV. Something smells really good. Yeah. Vicky, I think we're gonna get along splendidly. You know the best part about dining next door is that you don't have to worry about driving home. We can stay as late as we want and not worry about the cops. Well, we are getting along so well. I have a proposition I want to make for you. Actually, my wife and I, we both have a proposition. Yes. Have you heard of swinging? A little. Yeah, so my wife and I, if you want to, you don't have to. Usually it happens before we serve the meal, after dessert. Okay? So if you aren't interested, just make your excuses. Before we serve the meal, my wife and I will understand.
Alright, that's done now. We'll have no more interruptions for the rest of the evening. Just the four of us. What's wrong? Honey?
No, no. We were just talking about open markets. Globalization, decentralization, all that stuff. You know. Did you know that my wife here is an ardent defender of open marriages? So
Markets. Open markets.
Well, if you have no objection to eating pork, dinner is served. Here we go. Bon appetit. Thank you. Maria, will you please sit next to my husband?
Yes. This smells delicious.
Yeah.
Did you know that the pig is the animal that is genetically closest to man? Only a handful of chromosomes separate us from pigs. Some of us even less so. What? Huh?
Maria, you didn't tell us what you did.
Ah, it's a little sensitive. It's not very popular these days.
Only fans.
Worse. I'm what you call a cost killer.
Like a headhunter, but she actually hunts the heads to cut the costs.
What do you do exactly?
Well, struggling companies consult with me to identify the dead wood that can be chopped off so that young, healthy branches can flourish.
It's like I always say, headhunting is the opposite of recruiting.
Oh. Well, whose branches are you thinking of slashing with your chainsaw?
Well, mostly I work with private companies, but I've just been hired to get into the public sector. I've just got a new project.
Well, you don't tell me you are going to work for the Board of Education, because I assume us music teachers are going to be the first one to get that job.
Oh, you're kidding. But that's going to happen eventually. Well, currently, I have just been hired to tackle this dinosaur to tear it apart.
No, the IRCTC.
State Bank of India.
SBI?
Yeah, of course, this is strictly confidential. No one really knows about it yet. I'm going to go there tomorrow morning and I'm going to identify the most productive employees, and the remaining are going to be replaced by AI.
My wife is a killer. In the trade, they call her the Osama. Once she's done with the SBI, they won't need half of their employees.
Okay, darling. I don't want to bore them with my stories. This is really delicious. You must give me your recipe.
Excuse me, I need to use the washroom.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go check on the kids now, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Make sure they're not watching dirty movies.
That's it. I'm sure to get fired.
Well, who asked you to brag about not doing anything? You need to be a very good actor.
How was I supposed to know she was a cost killer? She looked tame enough. And you invited her. If only I would have known that we had Miss Kim Jong-un for dinner, I would have been more careful.
Listen, I don't know how to make things up, okay?
Especially since I just suggested a foursome after dinner.
Excuse me?
It was meant to make them leave early.
Oh! Thanks! So not only is she going to think that you're a parasite, but also a pervert. And what if they would have agreed?
I only spoke to her husband. Actually, he didn't say no. And now that we have to do everything to make them stay and fix this. Okay, there's only one thing we can do now.
Apart from sticking her head in the oven, I can't see how.
Right. Okay. She doesn't know I work for SBI yet. We have to spend the rest of the evening to find something to hold against her. Okay?
And how are you going to do that? You're not asking me to go along with the pervy proposition that you made to her husband just so you can blackmail them and keep your job.
Hopefully not. If we can avoid it. For starters, maybe we can get her to drink. She's got something to hide. Little Miss Goody Two Shoes.
Get her drunk. And that's all it's going to take to get her under that table and make a public confession.
I have an idea. We play the game Truth or Drink. Like the game Truth or Dare, but in Truth or Drink, whoever chooses not to answer has to take a shot or do a bottoms up. She's competitive. Few drinks down her, I'm sure she'll be up for it.
Who's ready for dessert? Who's ready for dessert?
Dessert.
we're getting late, babe. We don't want to impose.
Dessert.
No, no.
Not like that. It's not nice.
But you aren't imposing at all. After dessert, maybe we can play a party game together. Do you like games?
Oh, you got my weak spot. I love games.
Games?
Hooray!
So, is everything clear for everyone? We spin the bottle, taking turns. Whoever the bottle lands on gets to ask a question. Whoever chooses not to answer has to take a shot or do a bottoms up, okay?
I have nothing to hide.
We all have something to hide. If you look hard enough, you just have to ask the right question. Another topper?
Yeah, sure, I don't mind.
Are you sure that's reasonable? You know, you guys are legally responsible if you let your guests sleep drunk.
But you said so yourself. You don't even have to drive anywhere. You live on the first floor.
Next floor.
Yeah, even better, you can stay the rest of the night with us.
Hooray!
Yeah, I can really taste the grapes here. Yeah. I get to ask the question. To Cat. Okay, now you have to be honest, huh? Have you ever shoplifted in a store?
Yes. Oh, once. A tent.
You attempted to steal something.
No. A tent, as in to go camping?
Right, a tent. I mean, was it a necessity? I mean, did you have to sleep somewhere?
No, well, actually I did go to the counter to pay. But then they asked me to go to another one and then another one and then, you know, right?
Technically, that's not stealing since her intention was not to steal.
Yeah, but I did not go back to pay for it. I was afraid that I might trigger the security barriers walking back in.
And that was the only time.
Of course, yes. Yo, big go, another round.
Yes, my turn to ask the question to Vicky.
Have you ever had a desire to kill someone before tonight, you mean?
And like literally went through the plan in your head, otherwise doesn't count. If we started locking up all the husbands who think about killing their wives once a week, the prisons are already overpopulated.
No, I don't think so. Oh, actually, there was this fat chick with glasses we used to pick on back in high school. One day at the pool, we threw her glasses in the deep end. It was hilarious. Of course, she couldn't swim, but in her panic, she forgot. And she jumped into the pool to get her glasses back. After several minutes later, we figured out that she couldn't come back up. So we called the fire. What?
Department.
Yeah, the fire department.
The lifeguards.
The lifeguards. Yeah, the lifeguards. I'm sorry, the names. Yeah, so I couldn't remember the poor girl's name.
Maria Hadid. The fat chick with the glasses. That was me.
Okay, let's play another round.
I knew you looked familiar.
Well, it's my turn to ask a question to Maria. Well, Maria, have you ever committed a grave professional mistake that you've not told anyone about? So, my question again to Maria. Have you ever committed a grave professional mistake that you've just not told anyone about?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Just tell us more.
Right, but it can't leave this room, right?
We might well be in a church taking a confession.
Right. Around 6 months ago, I was called in to audit for this company. I got the manager and his partner fired. I was really sure that they were stealing from the company. He had been working with the company for 20 years. He went home, he killed himself and his wife. He gassed them both.
The neighbors on the
Excuse me?
Never mind.
You know, it was only after the funeral that I found out that he was really innocent. I didn't tell anyone. I had made a mistake adding up the numbers, and I didn't do anything. I didn't tell anyone to restore his reputation. I just let it be, but I have never made a mistake adding numbers before. I'm so ashamed.
Kid, do you want to go home?
Yeah, well, I think you've had enough.
No. I don't want to ruin this evening. Besides, some people still have questions to answer.
Yeah, right. Let's go. A 75-year-old man with a history of high blood pressure came into my office for a procedure. I gave him a dose of lignocaine, local anesthesia. And then he kept complaining about the pain, so I gave him another dose. Still no effect. I gave him another dose. Yada yada yada. He had a heart attack, died on spot. What can you do? So, same question, Kat. Have you ever cheated on your husband?
Yes. Once. It was a mistake.
A mistake, like the tent.
In a way.
Or did you tell him? Why not?
Because I was afraid that I might trigger the security barriers walking back in. And I did not have the courage to pay what I owed.
Alright, we're done. For the night. Vicky, I have one more question to ask you. The game is over. Are you really an actor? No, I'm a playwright. During my work hours at the SBI.
I see. And can I count on your discretion?
About the neighbors on the first floor? If your report mentions that I am the most productive employee in the organization and a computer couldn't possibly begin to fill my role,
I see. You know what? I'm just gonna have a glass of water from the kitchen. I don't feel very well.
Please do.
next time we'll have you guys over. We'll play bluff.
You want to share a smoke? I think I can smell gas.
Go stop it with your gas.